The quest for continental glory continues to intensify in Morocco. And with that being said, there's plenty of drama, heartbreaks, goals galore. But again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AFCON podcast, where the family meets. I'm your host, Brighton, the Price Tamfananjo man. And as usual, I don't get to do this alone. I have Uganda's finest, the man who's ready to tell me that I told you. And the rest of the country, we're going to take it. Andrew Kabuura is here. But we also have the finest of them all into our squad today. We call him Mr. Tactics and Trend. But I love using the bold and the handsome, not the beautiful, the bold and the handsome, right? Phumudzo Manenzhe joins us today. Gentlemen, how are you doing? Are you good?
Great. Yeah, they just arrived this morning.
Did you hear that?
They arrived this morning, so yeah, I'm getting better. It's sinking in.
Yeah. Andrew, this is your moment.
Yeah.
I've been dreading for this moment, for this moment, because mainly I know he's going to say, I told you guys. So maybe Phumudzo, let's give him the honors. Andrew, take it away.
Yeah.
This is your moment.
Listen, it's not a proud moment because you're my brothers. You're my brothers. I've got sisters here across South Africa. So I was just being brilliant. Let's just put it that way. I always felt the Bafana game against Cameroon was going to be a tough game for the Bafana. Right from the beginning. And my simple analysis was I felt Bafana Bafana were winning games in moments.
Sure.
And that is how football is, don't get me wrong. But sometimes you're up against a more solid team. I was having conversations with my friends here in Joburg, and I was saying, listen, South Africa should have been 3-0 up, 2-0 up by 15th minute.
Yeah.
But at this stage of the competition, any mistake you make is going to be punished. We saw a lot of experience from the Indomitable Lions. They realized they were under so much pressure. So what do you do? Sometimes you can't counter pressure. So you be intelligent and sit back and soak in the pressure and then wait for your moment.
Yeah.
And even before kickoff, I felt that's what I had seen from the Bafana.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that they were knocked out.
There we go again.
Yeah,
There we go again.
The South Africans have to go back to the drawing boards ahead of the World Cup itself.
Yeah.
But listen, there were so many positives as well. There's a couple of guys who I think put their arm up to be counted. Quite unfortunate, but yeah, the Indomitable Lions are kings of the jungle now. As simple as that. So I'm sorry, guys. You stay, my friends.
You've had your moment. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, Brighton, we might come back. The boys arrived today, but the Ugandans, they've got history.
Oh,
They made history at AFCON.
Okay.
The first country to play 3 goalkeepers in one game.
No, but starting from arrival, Manenzhe, the first country to arrive at the tournament.
Yes.
The first country to field 3 goalkeepers in one match.
Yes.
And the first country to leave.
Guys, listen.
You got it.
We've got general presidential elections back home. The boys wanted to vote.
And you know what's even when you're touching on that, we know that has there been a probe already? Because we know that the Honorable President Museveni will always have the probe when he asked what went wrong. Have we seen that? Not yet?
Not yet. He had a very big probe after the African Nations Championship, asking the goalkeeper and the right back where they were going. When we lost to South Africa, to the Bafana, but you didn't win the Africa Cup of Nations. So fair enough,
No, man, gentlemen, you know, obviously, round of 16, it was the big talking point the last time when we sat here. And today, obviously, we had to invite Phumudzo because it's always important also to look at certain elements. And when we talk about certain elements, we're talking about Bafana Bafana.
Yeah.
How did we lose it? Was it expected? Where did it go wrong?
I thought that he changed the formation. The coach changed the formation, which I felt was a good thing. But always when you change the formation, you have to look at the profiles of your players.
Yeah.
I thought when he profiled that whole team, I just felt that at times in that 3-4-3 that he was playing, you'd find that Mbokazi will then move out and seem or looks like he's at left back. Then you have Kabini a little bit higher up.
Sure.
Now, you need to profile all the left backs that you have in your team. Is he the best profile to be that high up? Is he the best profile to be receiving the ball in the penalty area? Then you look at technical qualities. Then you start to look at finishing qualities.
Yeah.
The ability to compose yourself in the box. You take him, you compare him to Aubrey Mudiba, who is competing against. Then you say to yourself nothing away from Kabini, but you say opportunities like the one that he got earlier on in the game, if it was a profile of a Aubrey Mudiba, would Mudiba be able to finish such chances?
Someone who's familiar with being in those areas.
In those areas. And when you look at a Mudiba, he can play at an 8 sometimes.
Yeah.
He's a player that was developed to play at a 10.
Sure.
Later on, moved back to 8. Then finally he went to left back. So when you look at the profile of the team, I just felt a little bit that maybe we went with the wrong profile at left wing back in that instance. But for me also, when you go with 3 centre backs, it poses a challenge to you as a coach.
Yeah.
What if you concede early?
Sure.
Do you keep the 5 defenders? Because now when you've got 5 defenders on the field of play, then you ask yourself to say, you have to minus somewhere. Where did you minus? You minused an attacking threat. What was plan B? If we concede early, are you going to sacrifice one of the 3 centre backs? Are you going to sacrifice a left back? Then Mbogazi plays left back. What are you going to do if you concede early? And I felt that at the moment where we conceded a little bit early, that profile of Kabini, maybe bring Mudiba a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe even jump the option of a Mudiba, go to a Moremi because Mbogazi is already at left back.
Yeah, to cover
now,
that, yeah.
bring in Moremi who's more offensive and he will try and give you something positive going forward. But for me, I just felt the game plan, spot on.
Yeah.
The profile on the left was the only problem that I had, but we created a lot of opportunities with that formation. I'm taking nothing away from Hugo Bruce to say, no, maybe I'm saying I'm negative.
Yeah.
We had 5 defenders we did not create. No, that's not what I'm saying. We had that team, we had a game plan. We created 3 good goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
We should have been 3-0.
And for me, that's my point.
Yeah.
You know, we can come here and jump deeper, like Phumudzo is doing, into the technical part of the game. Rightly so, because that's what football is all about.
Yeah.
But guys, the AFCON is not a league. The AFCON is a tournament.
Cup game.
It's reason why you've seen teams like Equatorial Guinea make
Smash
it as
and
far as
grab.
the semi-final.
And
No, seriously.
And also, with
Yeah.
that being said, Andrew, sorry to interject. I mean, you get to your point,
Yeah.
it's cup game.
Yeah.
So we've seen nations that have made early subs.
Right.
You know, tactical adjustments where they realize that things are not going well.
Exactly.
Cameroon, they did the same thing. 21 minutes, they were under
It's
siege.
about moments. It's
Yeah.
about who is ready to take on a certain moment. I like when Phumudzo says, is that the right profile of players? But for me, what I read from that is, are the players mentally prepared for those moments to realize, guys, we don't have another game after this. This is the only game. When I get a header inside the area, I need to stay calm. I need to score. Tanzania we did well against Uganda, but it's a team we've always beaten.
Why are you still talking about
Wait. I'm just talking about the fact that this is just a tournament. At some point, it's going to come down to that 90 minutes. Sometimes it doesn't come down to all the tactics, the history. It's about who is locked in that 90 minutes. So South Africa, Cameroon, for me, was more of, why isn't Bafana Bafana leading 3-0 by halftime?
Yeah.
It's simply because those moments happened, and the players simply weren't ready to convert those moments. And as we were saying before, what does Cameroon do?
Do you think the nations that have remained right now are thrilled that Bafana is out?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think Bafana was a threat.
No,
in
not
this
at all.
tournament.
I think any of these nations would still be happy to face Bafana. I think so.
What makes you say that?
No, Bafana, Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco, Algeria, Nigeria, Egypt, Ivory Coast. Why would any of these
Bafana
nations...
has beaten most of those countries.
At this stage, with how Bafana have been playing at the AFCON, why would any of these nations take this as the most scary game at the AFCON? I don't think so, to be honest.
Okay.
Again, it's a tournament. Bafana can come up and still beat Nigeria. That's not my point.
Yeah.
But if I'm a Nigerian football fan, I'm not scared about Bafana being out of the AFCON.
And now
I
you
probably would prefer facing Bafana than Algeria at this stage of the tournament.
Now you have...
I don't like that, do you?
We don't. And I'm trying to say, this man is here.
Yeah.
And he's pulling all the guns. We don't have our bulletproof vest.
Right.
It's okay. We've just arrived. We've landed Tambo. Give us grace so that we can breathe a bit. But I'm looking at you. We have Morocco, Senegal, Mali, Cameroon, Egypt, Nigeria, Algeria, and Ivory Coast that are remaining. Is it safe to say this is the top 8?
No,
the biggest teams.
You don't have to be safe. The results are telling us that. There's nothing to be safe about.
I'm trying to say South Africa belongs there.
No, there's no love.
But you can't justify it because we're not there.
It's tournament football. And in tournament football, only the result will speak. There's the top teams that have qualified, those top 8 teams, for me, has been amazing to watch. I think for me, the team that stand out has to be Senegal. I'm loving what Senegal is doing.
I love this man already. I love this man.
Besides the individual brilliance from the players, you know what you get from Adris Gonye. You know what you're going to get from him. Mbappe, he's got a brace in the last 16. You know what you're going to get from this team. But when you look at the team spirit, I look at there's 3-4 goals that they've scored now from pressing actions. To say, you see Sadio Mane initiating the press, and you see he's getting the support. You can see Saha, you can see Diakite giving the support. So for me, the team spirit that I've seen in the team of Senegal, when you've got superstars, your biggest problem as a coach is, will they work together? Will they die for each other? Will they leave it all on the field? And that's something that I've seen with this Senegalese team. And that's why I love Senegal. While I'm watching them, I'm saying they have quality, but look at the group defending, look at the group attacking.
They're working as a unit.
Look at how they're working as a unit.
And when you talk about egos, I love the fact that he's bringing that up, because your favorites and other favorites, Nigeria. Right?
Nigeria are my favorites now. But I just want to add something before.
Now.
Sure. You know when he says he's changed.
Which one was your favorite?
He was Algeria.
Can I? Yeah, I'm coming to that now.
Okay.
I was just trying to say what Phumudzo is saying is that this is the reason why I love football at this stage, but also hate football at this stage. The fact that either Egypt or Cote d'Ivoire goes through, I would have wanted both teams in the semi-final. Nigeria, Algeria. One of them has to go home. That's the tricky part. So my favorite before the tournament started was Algeria. Because I felt they had gotten their squad back. They had taken long without being top of African football. Petrovic understands with experience that he needs to do well at this stage. But now here we go. Nigeria plays 2-3 games. And I can tell you the Super Eagles are the most dangerous team at the AFCON. Forget the politics going on behind the scenes. So the fact that one of the two...
No, we can't forget the politics. Why are you saying we must forget the politics?
We can go to it.
No, let's talk about that. I always tell you, Andrew, you see when there's that elephant in the room, I don't want to be the one who's carrying that elephant. We need to address it. There's egos that Phumudzo is talking about. He's making comparisons with regards to Senegal. Big name players, your Mbayes. You know, that boy is a big name player, even though he's 17, you know? And now you bring it to Nigeria. There's your Lookmans, there's the Enid boys, you know? And we saw the incident that happened. Victor Osimhen and Lookman. And arguably one would say it was actually everyone. He was having a go at everyone. But what was notable was that he had a go at Lookman. What do you make of that? Was it called for or uncalled for? Was it a thing? Is it a thing that will distract the team? Because I personally feel like, yes, much as there's passion in it, there's also an element of respect that has to come in within the structures of the team, where I need to respect Phumudzo. At the end of the day, if there's issues, I can always have, you know, constructive conversations with him.
It's a men's game.
What does that mean?
It's a men's game. If you are a boy, stay at home. It's a men's game. And one thing that I see with Victor Osimhen is he's a winner. He wants to win. And it has nothing to do with personal accolades. He wants to win the game. He wants the things to be done simpler on the field of play. It's a man that is already on 3 goals in this tournament to go together with the 1 assist. He's not saying, I want to be the top goal scorer, but he is saying, get used to giving the ball to a player in a better position. I was in a better position. Give me the ball. It's simpler. Nigeria wins. You don't have to score the spectacular goal. But on the other side, you look at Lookman and think, okay, he already has 3 goals also this tournament. They are both on 3 goals, but the other one is on 4 assists. So you look at the work that Osimhen and Lookman have done for this Nigerian team. I don't think there was anything personal. I don't think that Lookman is having sleepless nights because Osimhen said I was in a better position, give me the ball. When you look at that Nigerian team, the front 3, you look at Ako Adams. I'm loving the man. The addition the Sevilla man has done to this Nigerian team. Now you look at, you've got Ako Adams, you've got Lookman, then you've got Osimhen up top. You combine them, the threat that they bring, the pace and skill from Lookman, aggression, aerial prowess coming from Osimhen, Ako, hardworking, finds the spaces in the pockets, takes away defenders for Lookman to go into. When I look at that, I think that quality is bigger than the little incident we saw.
I think there's nothing new about it, to be honest with you. I've seen footballers around the world actually fight. Actually, get their shots off themselves. Listen, I'm on both sides, just like Phumudzo is saying. First of all, for Lookman, brilliant of him, how he handled the situation and what he said after the game. Emphasizing this was his brother, and at the end of the day, it was a moment in football.
Yeah.
It's high pressure, so I fully understand.
So was my
But let me tell you, I love Osimhen for what he did. First of all, this is a man who's been blamed for Nigeria not making it to the World Cup because they're not scoring enough goals. He's the leader of that side. Secondly, he's trying to say, listen, we've already scored 3, but we can score 2 more in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep the level throughout the game up there. And the reason you don't blame Lookman is, he's playing. He's probably seen a different option. He's probably decided to take the shot. He's already created you 2 goals in a single game. So he's not exactly an irrelevant player. Yeah. He knows what he's doing, but he's thought about something different. But for Osimhen, he's saying, guys, we're not going to the World Cup. The best chance is for us to win the AFCON. And the only way we're going to win the AFCON with how Morocco is playing, with how Algeria is playing, with Cote d'Ivoire, is we've got to stay at the highest level. So we can discuss the altercation.
Yeah.
We can discuss the reaction when he walks out of the dressing room.
I think that.
Yeah, but guys, football is the reason it's called a beautiful game is because of the passion you have to invest in it during moments. This guy is in a moment where he can't believe he didn't get the ball. And remember, he's a striker.
Yeah.
He lives and breathes goals.
He wants every
He is
ball
going to
come
want that
together.
ball even
Yeah.
if someone else was on a one-on-one.
Yeah.
So we can discuss his reaction. No, but at
Do
the
you
end of the day,
do you think it's going to affect the performance, the outlook of the
it's down
performance
to the coach
coming
now.
into the game?
It's down to the coach.
It's I said it when I was in studio the other day. It's a redemption AFCON for the Nigerian players. It's a redemption because they have to send an apology to the nation. They have to apologize to the millions of Nigerians to say, we apologize for not qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah. Sure.
And the only apology that the Nigerians would accept is the trophy that is being brought to Nigeria. And for them, I'm looking at the senior guys, and Didi. They have to come up at training to say, guys, Nigeria is bigger than the egos that are going on at the moment. You look at Iwobi. I'm thinking one of the best midfielders so far in this tournament. His name might not appear at assist, but there's something we call secondary assist.
Secondary assist.
Secondary assist. He has had 3 of those in this tournament to go together with the 1 assist. Those senior guys that have been there with Nigeria, had success, been there with Nigeria, not had success, is now the time to say, guys, let's sit down. Let's sit down. The likes of Basi, they're still young. They're going to be the future leaders of this Super Eagles team. They need to sit down and everybody needs to iron it out. But the other thing that also, I need one of the senior players to go put their arm around Osimhen and say, sometimes you're not going to get the ball.
Yeah, come down.
Sometimes, Osman, you're not going to get the ball sometimes. And you need to accept
So I
that.
just wanted to add on to that. I think every Nigerian fan, and I saw a couple of comments from our good brothers and sisters from Nigeria on our last podcast. I really want them to have their comments, thrown at us on this very podcast. If I'm a Nigerian fan, I'm super proud to have an Osimhen in my squad. If you're a coach, Phumudzo, you're so happy to have an Osimhen in your squad. At the end of the day, we've got to hold ourselves accountable on that football team. So we can't play this soft thing in football
And being
all the
complacent,
time.
because that's what has been happening.
This is not this is not a competition where when you win, they give you a goat somewhere in the village. This is the Africa Cup of Nations. If you're going to win the AFCON, you're going to have to fight. So if I'm a coach, yes, I want a Lookman in my squad, obviously. But I really want an Osimhen in my squad.
You want to have a go at the team.
Yeah, and I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is it going to affect the camp? I don't think so. These are top professionals.
Sure.
These guys earn thousands of pounds where they play. They have probably worse weather conditions. They probably have to face fans in different countries. There's more pressure out there. I don't think a simple altercation on a pitch is going to affect camp. If anything, everyone has to play to the energy Osimhen brings to the camp. So if I'm Nigerian, man, I'm super proud to have a victor in my squad.
So do you think, we've seen Nigeria winning all their encounters and very well.
On fire.
Is this the team that's going to go all the way? Because there's always a question of, do you pick way too early or you get to a moment where the wheels start coming off and these are the signs? Because it can be a decisive moment.
I look at this Nigerian team and is the first nation to score 4 goals in this tournament in one game. They gave our fellow Southern brothers in Mozambique, they gave them 4. The last time Nigeria scored 4, it was in the semi-finals. AFCON was in South Africa, 2013. They gave Mali 4.
Sure.
And the rest is history. They went on to win the tournament, to win AFCON in 2013 in South Africa. after scoring 4 in the semi.
I see where you're going.
They've scored 4. They've scored 4 now, and whenever Nigeria score 4, they go all the way.
It's happening. No, for me, it's very tough because I think, like Phumudzo says, Nigeria are on fire.
Yeah.
And this is across the pitch, by the way, not just about what we've just been discussing. It's unfortunate that I felt it was Algeria, and now the two have to face off.
Yeah.
It's even more unfortunate that whoever wins between Algeria and Nigeria plays the winner between Cameroon and Morocco.
For you, Andrew, it's the heart and the mind.
The heart and the mind.
So which one do you go with? Because both of those teams, I'll give you time. I want to look at something very interesting here, right? There's players that Phumudzo is talking about, impact players. We spoke about now your Victor Osimhen, your Lookmans. But we have also a player in Brahim Diaz who has come into this Morocco team and changed it completely, right? He's bringing in goals where it's part of history as well to have a player who's just scored 4 consecutive goals in the tournament. He's one of the top contenders for the Golden Boot, right? Which are your impact players do you think are going to overtake Brahimi? And while we're on that note, let's talk about these players, descendants of, who were born in Europe, coming in Africa, playing for their, native nations and giving their utmost best. Because one would have thought, when Brahimi comes, he's going to be, a bit lethargic. But we've seen all these players, they've come in, they're raising their hand, they're pushing top performances. Wan-Bissaka, DRC, I think he was fantastic. He had a solid tournament. We have Doué, Ivory Coast, whom I think would have played in France. Is fantastic as well. The list goes on and on. Which are the impact players and how much of an impact are they making when they come to the African continent?
You must know that when you play for Real Madrid, you are not an average player. And when you speak about Brahim Diaz, he's wearing the white of the Galanticos. And for me, he comes from this Real Madrid team where he's not really getting a lot of regular time minutes. He's getting minutes, he's playing games. But he comes to this AFCON and says, this is a tournament that can turn me into a superstar. And the 4 games that he has played, he has scored 4 goals. For me, if you ask me now, if the tournament is to end now, it's a big tussle between Diaz and Lookman for player of the tournament, because you're looking at Lookman, 3 goals, 4 assists. You're looking at Diaz with the 4 goals that he has scored. But his ability to link up the play, to play in the pockets, the late runs that he makes into the box to be able to get the goals for them has been excellent for Diaz. But then you've got a threat of Diaz. Then is El Kabi with all his overhead acrobatic goals.
He's going there, definitely.
So you're looking at these teams and the threats to say, okay, if I close Diaz, what happens? If you close Diaz, then El Kabi is gonna score an overhead kick. Now the captain is fit. Hakimi yet to influence the tournament. Is he waiting for the business end of the tournament for him to be able to influence? So you look at the likes of Sinayoko also on 3 goals. So those are some of the names that has just caught my attention when you talk about Diaz, Akabi, Lookman. You know,
I saw a comment from Hakim Ziyech, and he was being asked what he felt about his omission from the AFCON. And I think he was quite professional. He said, I would want to be playing for my country at the AFCON. But the boys who have been selected are doing well. So Brahim Diaz, and he's not just been consistent, by the way, during this AFCON. The qualifying campaign, he was as good. And sometimes you have to look at how important the goals he has scored are. He scored winners to take them to the next level. So he's up there. But you know what? You have El Kabi, you have Diaz, you have Papa Gay. I think Ibrahim Mbaye is going to be an introduction to the continent. You can take it to Victor Osimhen, who is obviously on fire, and Lookman. But, guys...
Diomande as well.
No one is talking about Amad Diallo.
I mean, what can we say about Amad? Amad is a pure genius.
Yeah, his impact on this Cote d'Ivoire side.
Solid. Yesterday made me sit down and... and rewind. I had to rewind.
He's brilliant.
No.
He's on fire. Top. Just like Brahim, he's scoring very important goals for Cote d'Ivoire. And forget the scoring itself, because Phumudzo will tell you, sometimes it's just about the guy who threads balls together, which is why we talk about Ndindi, which is why we talk about Shukri, all these midfielders, Iwobi. But I think it's got to be between Brahim Diaz, in my view, Osimhen and Amad Diallo.
No Salah.
The thing is, I don't think we've seen the best of Salah.
He's not there, but he's very impactful.
Best of Salah yet. But when he steps up, he's
It
going to be
does show up.
counted
It
at
does
the
show
end of
up.
the day. Yeah.
The thing is, you can't be playing in patches.
Yeah.
Yes, against in the group stages, you can play in patches. But now this is the business end of the tournament. It's where one mistake leads to you going out. He has not really lifted this Egyptian
Yeah.
team. You can see Mamouche is trying, but he's not coming in. Mamouche is trying, it's not coming. Salah has got vital goals. He's on 3 goals also
Yeah.
in this tournament. But how influential has he been
Yeah.
to the attack of Egypt?
Yeah.
I don't think that influential.
Here's an interesting stat. So there was a post that says more players were born in the part of France
Right.
than any other African country partaking in the AFCON. So I'm going to go through just a quick one, few ones, and then you can make your comment on what you think about that and how much of an impact does it have on African development in football. France is well represented with 107 players,
Yo.
right? And then I'm not going to count, our continental born players. I'm just going to go to the Europeans or, outside of our borders. So France is 107. And then we have Spain, which is second with 24 players represented. Then we have the United Kingdom with 17 players.
Right.
That's where we find your Iwobis as well. Then we have Belgium with 13 players. And then we have Germany with 6 players, Netherlands with 6, Portugal with 5th, Switzerland with 3, Sweden with 2, Norway 1, Italy 1, United States 1, Canada 1. And then we have unassigned 31. I don't know what it means, unassigned. Maybe they're from space. I don't know.
Born in Venice.
Maybe they're from a different planet,
from
but there's
Mars.
unassigned. We'll get to the unassigned, but let's talk about the ones that are assigned and who are from outside of our borders, the impact that they have, Phumudzo.
You look at, I'll go current and I'll go backwards.
Sure.
France wins the World Cup. The best player is Zinedine Zidane. We sit here in Africa and we claim him. Say, he's Algerian. He's Algerian. No, this France team, if you look at them...
It's justified. We saw Lucas Zidane in goals.
If you look properly at this French team, no, they are African. Africa has won the World Cup. Now you fast forward from them winning the World Cup in '98 and come to 2026.
Sure.
And you look in goals, the only goalkeeper, I think, from my memory, the only goalkeeper not to concede in this AFCON is Zidane's son.
Yes. Lucas Zidane.
Zidane's son is playing for Algeria.
Yeah.
He has played 3 games, kept 3 clean sheets.
Yeah.
Now, siyambheka simkhohlaze uyaphi le yala ekhaya.
Europe.
Yasefrance le keeper le yasefrance le.
So developing is good.
You see, so it's a give and take.
Yeah.
France benefited from Zidane with Algerian roots. They win the World Cup with. Now he's here trying to assist. The son is here assisting Algeria to get to AFCON, and he has played 3 games and kept 3 clean sheets.
Yeah, you see, for me, first of all, I don't like those statistics.
Yeah.
Because I'm such an African dude who says we should develop our own superstars and we should be proud of guys being born here and growing. But also the development of football at a continental level is not child play. Sure. So we've got to step back as a very intelligent continent and realize where we are now. And realize, yes, our brothers and sisters from across the borders have developed our youngsters because they were born there.
Yeah.
Now, the question has got to be, how much more can we get from there in terms of infrastructure development? Because why do you think all these guys are coming back? Yes, there are players who don't have a chance of playing for those national teams. There are guys who can play for France. There are guys who can play for England. The Twanzebes, we've seen them playing for Congo. But that is just one side of the conversation. The other side has got to be, why is Europe ahead of us? Is it the medicine? Is it the physiotherapy? Is it the training habits? Is it the training facilities?
Sure.
So as Africa, we need to step back, appreciate the fact that these brothers and sisters of ours have come through now to help
plow
us.
back.
But it can't be our next 100 years plan. Now the next 100 years plan has got to be Congo, Algeria, Morocco, South Africa, Uganda. How do we make sure?
You'll never leave the cranes out of it.
How do we make sure Uganda and all these other countries develop enough capacity now?
The next host of AFCON, yes. Yes, Uganda.
How do we make sure we develop enough capacity now? So as Africa, to make sure that we have those academies. I was talking to Solomon Kalu the other day. He's got an academy back home. We know what's happening in Senegal. We know what's happening in Guinea and all these countries. How do we work on the development of youngsters good enough and professionally to European standards that the next generation of youngsters are actually born here now? So for me, that's the plan for Africa.
I think when you're touching on that topic, you're taking me back again.
Right.
And let's look at the most successful Egyptian team. It was Zamalek and it was Al Ahly in that team. They went on to win back-to-back AFCONs.
Sure.
And those were players that were playing on the African continent. Those were players that were dominating the CAF Champions League.
3 AFCONs in a row.
3 AFCONs in a row. And those players were, 80% were here in the African continent. You look at the most successful Bafana Bafana team. Where were those players playing? 80% was playing here, if not more, when we won the AFCON in 1996.
The most successful Ugandan team in 1978, we played the final. Most of them were from Uganda.
How many teams were there? How many teams were playing? But okay, it's fine. Gentlemen.
I appreciate you. No, but seriously, before we move on from this, for me the point is, what do we learn from this as Africa? Even now, Phumudzo is talking about the most successful side. The Bafana Bafana are one of the few teams at the AFCON that I think have over 90% of the players playing at home. One of the very few teams. And again, it's because of the investment in the PSL. It's because people here have decided to work on training facilities, try and get in enough guys in terms of developing, and all these things. So that is where Africa now must go. The Egyptians have done it. You guys are doing it at the moment. So we simply have to learn to build enough capacity for us.
To add to that before we go, right? I'm looking at the current Bafana Bafana team. And you look at the players that are dominating that Bafana Bafana team. They come from a Mamelodi Sundowns that is doing well on the CAF Champions League. They come from an Orlando Pirates team that is doing well on the continent, the likes of Stellenbosch and Co. But then
they come from our DDC. I'm waiting for you to say that.
I'm going there. I'm going there.
Orlando Pirates.
I'm looking at the likes of. You also have to look at Egypt now. Who's dominating that squad? It's players from Al Ahly and Zamalek and Pyramids. And that's why I'm saying when teams do well on CAF Champions League, it reflects on their nations. Tanzania. Look at how Tanzania
don't talk about people who are sitting at home like
Tanzania kept Morocco.
Phumudzo, why are you entertaining Andrew with people who are sitting at home with the remote who are watching the tournament? Tanzania and the Cranes.
They were in the round of 16, right?
Gentlemen, we're talking about we're talking about the quarterfinals here, and he's speaking about Egypt. They're playing against Ivory Coast. We have Mali, Senegal. We have Cameroon, Morocco on the other side. We have Algeria, Nigeria. I saw the famous, our football, content creator, Fabrizio Romano. He went on with the here we go. He gave us a nice 3. Says, who's winning the AFCON?
Right.
Because you're looking at this side. It's Cameroon, Morocco, it's Algeria, and Nigeria. Right? On the left-hand side, we have Mali, Senegal, Egypt, Ivory Coast. You already can see where this thing is going. But I'll leave it to you guys. You are the expert when it comes to this one. Andrew, I'll start with you because you are conflicted. It's still the head and the heart. Which one are you listening to? Nigeria and Algeria.
I'm gonna listen to my head. I want to listen to my head.
Your head can be deceiving.
I think Nigeria will beat Algeria.
Your favorite?
I said I'm using my head.
Oh, okay.
I think the Super Eagles are making it to the semi-finals. I think when you look at all these fixtures, it is Mali, Senegal that might look easiest to predict, but that is just on paper.
You'll be surprised.
You think the Lions of Teranga run over Mali, But Cameroon, Morocco, I don't know. Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, I don't know. But because you've asked me about Algeria and Nigeria.
No, I'm giving you these two. The right-hand side, you gave me already Algeria and Nigeria, which we're saying Nigeria. I'm noting it down. And
Cameroon,
don't forget,
Morocco.
the internet never forgets. We'll come back to this conversation.
No problem.
Morocco, Cameroon.
You must be kidding me.
I'm not. I'm serious.
I am going to be, again, brilliant at predicting. I hope someone can clip this. Morocco beats Cameroon. So it's Morocco, Nigeria.
And mind you, your last predictions, you only got one wrong. So far,
Don't worry.
Christmas comes once.
It's hitting up. This man is getting. That's why I love the family meeting.
This is
your turn now. We have Mali, Senegal, and then we have Egypt and Ivory Coast.
Watch a former forward embarrass himself on this podcast.
Go on.
I kept calm.
Go on.
No pressure on you when it was your turn.
It's getting heated.
I have to agree with my brother. By the way, we come from Master Plan.
Oh.
Yeah. My brother from
Okay, so
from,
there's
from
this
Master
bond.
Plan.
There's this bond that's
No.
going
We come
on.
from Master Plan. Every Sunday, catch us and 202. Then we'll show you the tactics, the trends.
That's why you are Mr. Tactics and Trends.
At the end of God.
But now I need your bold prediction. Because you are the bold after all.
On the right hand side, I have to totally agree with my brother.
Okay.
Morocco and Nigeria will
meet
proceed.
in the semi-final.
Yeah, in the semi-final.
Okay.
Then on the other side, Mamouche is not looking good. Salah is...
No salad.
the salad is now and then, sometimes they are having the whole fruit without without cutting it into pieces. So I'm going to go Cote d'Ivoire to go through.
Okay.
My favorites for the tournament, Senegal.
My man.
It's gonna
louder, please. Say louder. No. You can't just brush it off. Why is he brushing it off like that?
It looks like a tough fixture.
Yeah.
It's not at all because you look at Ndiye, you look at Driskunye, you look at who's the youngster, 17-year-old?
Mbaye. We still have Nicholas Jackson. The list goes on and on.
So for me, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria on the other side, then you have Morocco on the other side.
Yeah. I think the only game which I have reservations about here is Egypt-Cote d'Ivoire.
The intensity
tricky,
intensity that Egypt are playing with.
Yeah.
I think their energy levels, as the tournament goes further and further, the energy levels are going down.
Yeah.
Whilst the other countries, the energies seems to be going up.
I'm glad that you touched on these matchups and how they're heating up, because the tournament is definitely heating up. That's what the family meeting is all about. Even though some of the members, we exited the group.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're still supporting and everything, right? I want to bring it to the fun element of this one. I don't know if Master Plan, you guys have this fun element where there's a quiz.
No.
Just to titivate you a bit.
Not yet.
Shake up.
No.
So there's a nice, interesting quiz. I want to throw a question. Top of your head, you just go with it.
Right.
The legendary goalkeeper who holds most AFCON titles.
Al-Hadari. Oh, no.
How did you?
Am I right?
Yeah, it has to be him.
I was going for
I was going for him.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Now that you have that, it's out of the way from your side. Now we're gonna bring Phumudzo into this one.
It's not getting it right.
Yeah?
Just wait for it. Go on.
Okay, we have the legendary Ivorian, who's been their top striker of the tournament throughout AFCON.
Throughout AFCON?
Yeah.
Ivorian?
Yes.
Which generation?
Throughout.
Oh, throughout. The one with the most goals?
Yeah.
Is it Didier Drogba?
Is it? No.
You know what's gonna happen? This one,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it to our viewers
Yeah.
to send their comments.
Yeah.
Those schoolers.
I have a name,
You
but I also
saying
don't
Didier?
come right now.
No, I'm
Who are you saying?
asking
Maybe
which
you might be.
generations.
Colin?
I'm going with, is it Poku?
We're on to something. We're on to something. We're on to something.
Is he Ivorian, first of all?
Yeah! You know what? Let's leave it for our viewers.
Yeah.
Let's leave it for our viewers. Gentlemen, thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure just sharing this moment with you guys. Very insightful, great banter, great chats. And yeah, not so bold predictions from you, but it's fine.
But you know where we're coming from, though. This is tough, man. You can't make predictions on these games.
It's okay. I'm looking forward to have you guys back. Maybe we get to wrap it so that we can come back and say, you called it.
Right.
And this time around, at least you won't be able to say, I told you guys, because it's all done. The Cranes are at home. Bafana will be back.
Fair enough.
Tanzania just sitting and relaxing and waiting.
Can you imagine a situation where the Cranes were home and Bafana was still in the tournament? How on earth would I appear on this podcast?
No, you would listen.
There's a way football balances.
Let's wait until you host.
There's a way football balances things out.
No,
You can't laugh at me now.
Are you inviting us to Uganda?
Absolutely.
To host.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we talk
Absolutely.
about Uganda, gentlemen, the family meeting is still intensified. Morocco, what a buzz. Everything is absolutely madness. It's crazy. The Europeans are taking note of what we are doing, so it shows that we are doing. So last comments when it comes to the tournament?
Yeah.
I have nothing to complain.
Yeah.
For me, it's about the pitch. The pitches are looking good. And for me, if the pitch is good, it's up to the players to dish out good football. We've seen a lot of good football. I don't think the weather has been such a problem in this tournament. Previous AFCONs, we complain about the heat and all of that. But now I think the playing field are leveled.
Yeah.
Amazing
so
stuff.
I'm great.
Andrew in person?
Just looking at some numbers, 957.6K in terms of general attendance from fans, 109 goals scored up to now. That's about 2.4 goals per game. I mean, what else are you looking for as an African football fan? The big giants are through to the next round. I think Morocco have been brilliant hosts ahead of the 2030 World Cup.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that Africa is seeing new stars being born. All the legends are solidifying their status. So I love the AFCON.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said indeed from the gentleman. This is what the family meeting is all about. I mean, if you're not catching on, I don't know what you're doing. But this is the AFCON podcast right here. From me and the gents, we out till we see you again.